Live from Downing Street, this is BBC News. Angela Rayner resigns from the government over her failure to pay enough stamp duty on a flat she bought. She's resigned as Deputy Prime Minister, Deputy Labour Leader and Housing Secretary. It follows a ruling that she had breached the ministerial code. In her resignation letter to the Prime Minister, she said she deeply regrets not seeking expert tax advice. Keir Starmer told her she's made the right decision to go. A reshuffle is now underway. The Leader of the Commons, Lucy Powell, has been sacked. The Scotland Secretary, Ian Murray, has also left the government. We'll bring you the latest from here in Downing Street. One other headline, Reform UK's leader Nigel Farage moves forward his speech to his party's conference, telling them he expects to win the next general election. Hello and welcome live here from Downing Street. It has been a day already totally dominated by the breaking news that Angela Rayner has resigned from government, leaving her roles as Deputy Prime Minister and Deputy Leader of the Labour Party and leaving her role also as Housing Secretary. It comes after the ethics advisor ruled that she did breach the ministerial code by failing to pay enough stamp duty on a flat she'd bought. Alva, I know you're going to stay with me for the next few hours, so thanks for now, and we'll touch upon some of those things in the next few minutes. As I say, the reshuffle has already started. We'll bring the latest. There was talk at the start of the week of perhaps a minor reshuffle that never happened. Now we're seeing what is likely to be a major reshuffle. Plenty more reaction from around the country and here in Downing Street in just a moment or two. Welcome back to Downing Street. We are live here after that news that broke a few hours ago that Angela Rayner had left the government. All of her roles, that ethics advisor report being handed to the Prime Minister. She had breached the ministerial code, and minutes later we had those multiple resignations. Resignation as Housing Secretary, as Deputy Prime Minister and as Deputy Leader of the Labour Party. There is now a reshuffle. It is going on, but that is a tough task on a day like today when Angela Rayner has had to resign from all of those major posts. But already the work being put into place in terms of moving the big pieces around. So the latest in the cabinet reshuffle moves from Downing Street here on BBC News. Well, if you've just joined us, we are live here at Downing Street with BBC News. A day totally dominated so far by the breaking news at lunchtime that Angela Rayner has resigned from government, leaving her roles as Deputy Prime Minister, Deputy Leader of the Labour Party, and also leaving her cabinet position as Housing Secretary. It came after the ethics advisor ruled that she did breach the ministerial code by failing. Well, there it is, some of the highlights of Angela Rayner's career. Elected in 2015, Deputy Leader in 2020. The reshuffle, it is still ongoing. We're going to take a short break. When we're back, we'll bring you the very latest live here from Downing Street. This is BBC News. We're live in Downing Street as the resignation of Angela Rayner triggers a dramatic reshuffle. Angela Rayner resigns from the government as it's ruled she breached the ministerial code over not paying enough stamp duty. In her letter to the Prime Minister, she says she deeply regrets not seeking expert tax advice. David Lammy is the new Deputy Prime Minister. He will no longer be the Foreign Secretary. That's just one of a string of new high-profile appointments, with some of the biggest jobs in Cabinet changing hands. We'll bring you the very latest. One other headline, the Reform UK leader Nigel Farage tells his party conference the government is deep in crisis and to be ready for an early election, which he says he can win. And tributes pour in for the Duchess of Kent, who's died at the age of 92. She was a familiar face at Wimbledon, where she handed out trophies. We'll speak live to the tennis champion, Virginia Wade. Hello and welcome to BBC News Live from Downing Street, where a major cabinet reshuffle is well underway inside number 10 behind me. Key jobs at the heart of Keir Starmer's Labour government changing hands as we speak. Well, this set in motion by the political downfall of the outgoing Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner. Well, we're just tucking down because Darren Jones just going in to number 10.
Have you been reshuffling your colleagues, Darren Jones?
Well, a big smile because, of course, he absolutely, we'd heard right at the start of the week, so crucial in terms of delivery for the Prime Minister. But that, of course, was Monday, and that was the start of the week. It was supposed to be a reset week, but we have ended the week with the resignation of Angela Rayner, a cabinet reshuffle, and of course a government that is under so much scrutiny. A really devastating bad day for the Labour government. You are watching live coverage from BBC News. Well, there we leave viewers watching around the world, but for people watching here in the UK or here in Downing Street, I was just talking there to Ian Watson, the cabinet reshuffle, some of the big moves we have seen in the last couple of hours. It has been completed. To create further problems for Sir Keir Starmer, but that is all ahead. It has been a dramatic day here at Westminster. That is it for now. I'll hand you back to the studio there in London.
Okay, thanks very much, Matthew. And we will have more politics news coming up in just a few moments. But we're going to take a little pause now and focus on the announcement that was made earlier today that the Duchess of Kent has died at the age of 92. In a statement, Buckingham Palace said that the royal family was remembering fondly the Duchess of Kent's passion for music and her empathy for young people. Our senior royal correspondent, Daniela Ralph, looks back at the life of the Duchess of Kent. Okay, thank you so much, Sir John Curtis, joining us. And just quickly before we go, let's take a look back at Angela Rayner's time as Deputy Prime Minister.
I will always tell it how it is. My constituents deserve no less. And I'll do it in my own little northern way.
I never expected to accept the Deputy Leader of the Labour Party filming on my mobile phone while confined to my house. But we are in extraordinary times.
Will you apologise for your comments?
I'll apologise when Boris apologises for saying the comments he's made. I retract that he's scum. I understand people are upset by that language. I do understand that. That's me, I'm bombastic, and I apologise if it offended the public.
Well, I think Boris Johnson has set the tone for his government, and he lives by one rule for him and another rule for everyone else.
I think Boris Johnson should have resigned by now anyway.
If he's lied and misled the public and HMRC regarding his tax affairs, then I think his position is untenable.
He has had to demand an investigation into himself because the Prime Minister is too weak to get a grip. Will he walk before he's pushed?
I will miss our exchanges.
The battle of the gingers, the late nights voting.
And that expert council said that the advice that I received was inaccurate because of the trust. I have alerted and referred myself to the independent advisor on the Minister.
Hello there. The cloud is just thick enough